Prologue, voices within silence. Unspoken voices, they are the memories held before anyone dared to speak. In the end of Showa's war and in today's negotiations, it is not the words that were spoken, but the silences that linger in our hearts. The news speaks, but what remains unsaid often asks the deeper questions. For those who carry the memory of Showa, silence was not escape, it was a choice. And now we live in a time where that silence is ready to be retold. Chapter 1, Showa's Negotiations, The Aesthetics of Silence. August 15th, 1945, the day of the Emperor's broadcast. What the people heard was not surrender, but a poetic phrase to endure the unendurable, to suffer the insufferable. Behind those words, diplomatic documents were exchanged. Who spoke and who remained silent, those choices shaped the nation's future. At the San Francisco Peace Conference, it was not the speeches, but the silences that drew attention. Japan's representatives chose their words carefully and, at times, chose not to speak at all. Within that silence, they placed their will for the future. Silence is not retreat. Sometimes it carries a weight heavier than speech. Chapter 2, Today's Negotiations. The speed and lightness of words. Times have changed. Social media has reshaped the air around diplomacy. Words spread instantly. Silence is often misunderstood. Summit meetings unfold like live broadcasts. Statements are released as breaking news, while the tensions and calculations behind them fade into the realm of the unspoken. Ukraine, Taiwan, AI regulation. Modern negotiations take place in a flood of information. Yet even now, unspoken voices remain deeply embedded. For those who remember Showa, this feels familiar. We know that what is not said often matters most. Chapter 3, Memory and Responsibility to Speak or Not to Speak. To speak is a responsibility. To remain silent is also a responsibility. Showa's diplomats protected the nation through silence. Before words were spoken, silence prepared the ground. It was an era that understood the weight of language. Today's negotiators fulfill their duty through speech. Transparency, accountability, media response. These are ethics built on the premise of speaking. Yet the unspoken voices still live within our memory. Chapter 4, Silence Within the Showa Century. Looking back on Showa's 100 years, we find unspoken voices everywhere. Pain left untold during post-war recovery. Memories of those who labored quietly beneath the boom of economic growth. The oil shock, the bursting bubble, the great Hanshin earthquake. Each era held voices that were never spoken aloud. They may not appear in records, but they remain in memory. And now, we live in a time where those memories are ready to be retold. Chapter 5, Listening for the Unspoken. To listen for unspoken voices is not merely to reminisce. It is to ask questions of the future. What lies beneath the surface of negotiations is pain, hope, and inquiry. For those who carry Showa's memory, today's diplomacy is not separate. It is a continuation of memory. Unspoken voices dwell in silence, and that silence is preparing to speak. Chapter 6, A Question for You. Where do the voices you've never heard reside? Would you listen for them? In the comments, share the unspoken voices you felt from Showa's memories or from recent news. Let us pass on the memories held in silence to the next generation. Final chapter, what it means to pass on. To pass on a story is to listen for the voices that were never spoken. It is not only the inheritance of memory, it is the birth of new questions. Showa's silence became the foundation of today's speech, and today's speech prepares the silence of tomorrow. Unspoken voices transcend time. They live on within us. Unspoken voices, they dwell in your memory. They dwell in someone's silence. They dwell in the stories yet to be told. So now let us listen. That voice may already be speaking to you. To be continued.